I'm sorry, Professor Sukhraj, you don't mind, we're going to record. Is that okay with everyone?
Okay.
Thank you.
Please record.
Thank you. Professor Sukhraj, we have a few facts about the topic we wanted to discuss today was the peaceful or non-violent protests and or movements around the world, but especially Colombia and India. So we have a few students. A few students have prepared some information. I don't know if you would like to say something about India before, or one of your students. Whatever you
Yeah, my
prepared.
only 2 students joined today.
Maybe you can start if you want.
Please start from
We
your
start.
side.
Okay, we
Yeah.
start. That's okay. In that case,
Yeah.
Michael, are you ready?
Yeah.
1 second.
He
Yes,
was born ready.
he was born. So Michael and the rest of our students will let you know a little bit about the situation in Colombia. We are living very difficult times with a lot of unrest in Colombia, a lot of abuse from the police, a lot of students and labor parties protests. So Michael is going to give us a little bit of an overview about that. I have an infographic. I'm going to send it to you over the chat box, but I will also show it to you because it's difficult to read, but there is some information. Michael, when you're ready.
Hi, good morning again. Good afternoon, good morning. My name is Michael, and now I'm going to talk about why people are protesting now all over my country. First, we have to know that is nothing new because since the president's mandate, there have been several protests, but this is the most significant. Why? It began in late April when the president Ivan Duque proposed a tax reform that would harm the middle and lower classes throughout the country, making them poorer. Also due to the non-implementation of the peace accords that occurred in the previous government. And finally, due to neglect in handling the pandemic and the delay in vaccination, also the police brutality, which make a lot of people lose their eyes and their lives, and sexual violence against women by the police and the anti-riot squad. This is the context of the situation. If Melissa can say something new or say something more to this situation, can be. Thank you.
Okay. We can conclude about all the situation that is not just in a negative way, okay? Um, we think that one of the most important things that has happened until now is that, for example, all the people has been really I don't know, maybe more it you need that other time in other times maybe. Also, I can agree. Then if the protests continue, not just we are going to make a change now. We can give a change for other generations, for the next generations that are understand and are being more conscious, than that kind of situations not just happens there. Although if in other countries, oh, sorry. Yeah, that's the conclusion.
Thank you, Mariana. Thank you, and Michael. Thank you so much. So this is a little bit of information. You can see the infographic that they have done in the chat box if you would like to have more details. Thank you so much. Who is next? I think is the student movement. Let me see, 1 second. Is the student movement?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes.
Okay.
yes, Miguel.
The history of the student movement is a fascinating topic because students' activity is a decisive part of genuine national changes. In the 90s in Colombia, students appeared on the political and educational scene as differentiated social actors. What achieved a change in the constitution in Colombia on July 4 in 1991. One of the most important changes about the constitution was recognizing the ethnic and cultural diversity of the nation, admitting the country's linguistic and religious diversity, as well as the obligation of the state to protect its cultural heritage. Just how it's happening today with the disagreement with the tax reform and police abuse. The strike has been huge and have changed things like the taxes reform, the health reform, and free registration for poor and middle class. These non-conformities are still valid today, which has generated a year of conflicts in our country. And that's it.
Thank you, Miguel. Thank you very much. I don't know if our students from in India would like to ask anything about this. Has it been clear?
Someone, Ganga. Any question? Yes, Sanjot?
No, tranquilo, él no hace nada. No. Dale.
A microphone on. Okay, let me see. Really.
No, no questions?
No
question.
That's okay. Good.
Someone, please open your camera. Someone, Komal. If you have any question, please feel free. Someone, any question from Colombian students? Okay, carry on.
That's okay.
No question.
Okay. And the next topic we would like to cover is the movement that has been supported by the indigenous groups. In Colombia, we call them, or we call this group of people Minga, or they get together for different events. Actually, the student is going to tell us about that, so I don't want to give you too much information about that, but they are going to say something that is called Minga. That is a word in indigenous language. Okay, Mariana, please go ahead.
Okay, hi everybody. Today we're going to talk about indigenous in Colombia, the things they had happened and the rights they won. And first, we need to know what an indigenous is. An indigenous is a person who belongs to a regional group of a territory or country, and their families and culture are traditional and being transmitted for several generations. Okay, according to the national census carried out in 2018, the indigenous population in Colombia grew by 36.8%, representing 4.4% of the total population of the country. In the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People, which establishes that indigenous peoples have the right to maintain, control, and develop their intellectual property and cultural heritage, their traditional knowledge, and their cultural expressions. Okay, but today, as the teacher said, we are going to talk about the Minga. The word Minga makes a reference to a reunion of different actors, knowledge, and tools in search of a common goal. It's a pre-Columbian institution that works for everything. They have like in construction of bridge to preparing a lunch. The indigenous Minga is a group that did a series of protests carried out by approximately 10,000 or 50,000 indigenous people of different ethnic groups, mainly NASA, which covered about 120 kilometers between Santander de Quilichao, Department of Cauca, and Santiago de Cali in the Department of Valle del Cauca. Okay. Knowing what the Minga is, we also know that they have rights like us, but their rights have been violated and ignored by the state. So they had protests the last year, and this year also joined to the national strike, asking for better living conditions and being listened for the government. Okay, what can we do to help the indigenous? Carol.
Yes, hello. We can make visible the problems solved by the indigenous people of the country, and the needs and the interests of indigenous people are varied and specific to each community. But understanding and anticipating this creates needs to create variable long-term solutions. Recognizing them as a subject of a law and also be recognized by the state. Respect their lands because they have been affected by the exploitation of them.
Okay, thank you very much, Mariana and Carolina. That was very interesting. Again, as any questions from Colombian students or from our Indian students?
I think no question.
No questions.
Please. Someone, any question? No. So carry on.
It's important to remember as well that we are talking about them in this case specifically, Professor Sukhraj, because a few days ago, the police, well, actually not the well, civilians or the police, they are still investigating it. They were shooting the indigenous people. So that shows that there is a huge discrimination and ignorance about their importance in the country. So that's why we are talking about these people.
Okay.
All right. And finally, we have Lionel. He's going to tell us a little bit about the Pacific demonstrations the arts have taken the streets of Colombia as well, and that maybe has not been visible for the world. So we would like to talk about that. Lionel is part of one group of artists, so he's going to tell us a little bit about that. Lionel, please. Oh, Lionel is not here. Maybe something happened.
He is.
Yes.
And who's sharing the camera right now?
Yeah, Juliet. Juliet is okay.
Yes, teacher. I don't share my screen. I don't speak in this case.
Yes.
Okay. Who is going to speak? Lionel?
It's me.
Okay, go ahead. Camilo?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, Camilo. I thought it was Lionel. Sorry, go ahead.
Today, in Colombia, the art movement is in three cities, like Medellin, Bogota, and Cali. That is the most important in these days. In Medellin, the director and music, Susana Boler, unit more than 150 music that and a lot of instruments play the sarangas, that is a key music with a lot of instruments, drums, and a lot of the same place. What resistance they unite people we never defends. In Bogota, with the same way, the more representative is that the Bogota Philharmonic Orchestra, and that they called for no violence with the national uniformity. And in Cali, with the paint and the draw in the street of the liens, and you support that with art expression, and the caleños in the morning go ahead that street demonstration that resistance and the capital and again the national uniform. Juliet, you can put the video, please.
Salsa.
This is a song of the national uniform.
Juliet, don't forget to share sound, please. Juliet.
You can hear the video.
No, we can see it, but we can listen to it, Juliet. Can you make sure that you are sharing sound?
Un momento.
Meanwhile, I'm gonna send you a little link on the chat for you to check another of the artistic movements that we have in Colombia. This is a very famous group right now that young people are following because they do pacific demonstrations all over the city. But these are like 100 or 150 drummers all over the streets, just showing through art what they feel about the situation in Colombia.
Yes, and not only that music, with also that jumpers, street art, posters, and song. Is a lot of art.
Madre, no llegaría la hora de la cena. Aparecí en un lugar que no era mi hogar. Me duele estar tan lejos. Oigo, me están llamando. Madre, no llegaría la hora de la cena. Aparecí en un lugar que no era mi hogar. Dicen que ven mi cuerpo. Oigo, me están llorando. Volvió el monstruo que acecha. El que despoja las tierras y el que pudre las cosechas. Tiene la mirada fría y carece de empatía. Su apetito es insaciable, tiene la panza vacía. No cree en edades, ni dogmas, ni formas, ni normas. Destruye lo que ve y no se conforma. Solo obedece intereses económicos. Infunde el miedo y entierra a soldados anónimos. Hermanos de otras madres que salieron de sus casas. Se fueron hace un día y hace años que no abrazan. Ese monstruo llegó al cañaruzal. Quiso azúcar de la vida y dejó peste con cal. ¿Por qué ser otro desaparecido? ¿Por qué darlo todo por perdido? ¿Por qué cambiar mi nombre y apellido? ¿O me quieren pasar por falso positivo? Madre, no llegaré a la hora de la cena. Aparecí en un lugar que no era mi hogar. Me duele estar tan lejos, oigo me están llamando. Esta vez no es del torero. Son 5 chicos que salieron pero nunca volvieron. Uno de ellos resistió de una manera inexplicable para señalarle el camino y que lo pudiera encontrar su madre en medio de una escena con...
Okay. It's a sad song.
Really shocking lyrics and
It's
very
okay.
close to reality here right now.
Yeah. In every country, the singers do so. In our country too, there is a farmers protest now running. For last, it has been running last for 5 months in our capital cities. I have also, I have been to 5 times there. So it's a very big protest. So singers are there. They are also encouraging the peoples with their songs. So everyone is taking part, singers, dancers, and artists, actors, and actresses. So it's everyone's part. So governments are cruel, and people have to fight to take their rights. So in our country too, the farmers are protesting for last 5 months. Or they are sitting for last months. They are sitting there. From my state, our capital city is 400 kilometers away, or they are sitting there outside of our capital city for last 5 months.
They are
with their
still
tractors and trolley, with their tractors and trolleys.
Tractors and trolleys.
Yeah.
Are
And more
they
than
still
5 lakh tractor and more than 5 lakh. I can say 1 million people are sitting there.
Oh. You said 5 million? 5 million farmers?
Yeah, 5 million farmers are sitting for last 5 months there and protesting. To getting right price for their produce.
My God. Yeah, I saw pictures of you supporting the protest.
Yeah.
Yes.
On Facebook, I shared.
Yeah, we have the obligation, don't we? Thank you. Thank you, Sukhraj.
So these are the presentations by your students, and what is next is Professor Sukhraj's students? Or
Actually, I have only 3 students today joined.
Yes.
Sir, I can share farmer song.
Yeah.
Okay.
And one of my students want to share a farmer song.
Oh,
so,
good.
If you allow. Okay.
Thank you,
Share. Okay, Yashanjot. So please share.
Good driver.
Suman, open your camera. Ganga. Yashanjot. I want to take a snap. Please open your cameras.
Sir, I send link.
Okay. In the chat box?
Not yet.
Yes, sir.
We don't have it yet.
No. We have not received yet. No link is here. Yashanjot, कोई link नहीं पहुंचा भाई है जी. No link is here.
Jashanjot, are you sure you sent it to all of us or maybe to a private chat? Because that's the other option in the chat.
No, actually, she is not here. Suman?
Sir, actually network problem.
Okay, no problem. Can you share? Any? तो ही शेयर कर दो. हाँ शेयर कर दे. केड़ा करोगे? ਹੁੰਦਾ ਕਰ ਦਿਓ ਕੋਈ ਆਪਣੇ ਦਾ। Unmute yourself first. आवाज नहीं आ रही पुत ਤੁਹਾਡੀ। I can't hear you. No, no. Please unmute you first. Someone? Yes. We can't hear you. Please share. Hurry up, don't waste time. In chat box.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Sit the first one?
Yes.
The first one, okay.
Es tiempo de compartir. Por eso
Oh my God.
la CUN te trae el 2x1 en nuestro...
No.
Okay. Is this it? Oh wait, no, nothing is yet happening.
ਠੰਡ ਦੇ ਆ ਦਿਨ 80ਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਟੱਪੀਆਂ ਨੇ ਉਮਰਾਂ ਅੱਜ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਦਿਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ ਬਾਰਡਰਾਂ ਤੇ ਬੈਠਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਭੋਰਾ ਖਿਆਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਚੁੱਪ ਸੀ ਚੁੱਪਿਆਂ ਚੁੱਪ ਰਵਾਂਗੇ ਉਹ ਦਬਕਾ ਝੱਲਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਸਿਕੰਦਰ ਵਰਗੇ ਦਾ ਤੇਰਾ ਝੱਲਾਂਗੇ ਜੇ ਸਾਡੀਆਂ ਜ਼ਮੀਨਾਂ ਖੋਏਗੀ ਆ ਤੇਰਾ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਮੱਲਾਂਗੇ
ਸਭ ਰਾਜਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੈਰੀਗੇਟ ਪਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਜੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੋਂ ਇਹ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵਿਕ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ BBC ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਝੋਟੇ ਛਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਰਾਜਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੈਰੀਗੇਟ ਪਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਜੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੋਂ ਇਹ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਵਿਕ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ BBC ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜੱਟ ਛਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਓ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਪਿੰਡ ਦੇ ਮੁੰਡਿਓ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਦੇਖਦੇ ਇੱਕੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਕੱਤੀ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਪਾਇਓ ਬਈ ਦਿੱਲੀ 'ਚ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਮੁੱਕਦਾ ਹੋ ਕਿਤੇ ਸੁੱਤੇ ਨਾ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਇਓ ਬਈ ਦਿੱਲੀ 'ਚ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਮੁੱਕਦਾ ਹੋ ਕਿਤੇ ਸੁੱਤੇ ਨਾ ਘਰਾਂ 'ਚ ਰਹਿ ਜਾਇਓ ਬਈ ਦਿੱਲੀ 'ਚ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਮੁੱਕਦਾ ਟਰਾਲੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਜੱਟ ਚੜੇ ਬੱਲੀਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕੰਗਣਾ ਤੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕੜੇ ਬੱਲੀਆ ਟਰਾਲੀਆਂ 'ਚ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਜੱਟ ਚੜੇ ਬੱਲੀਆ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕੰਗਣਾ ਤੇ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕੜੇ ਬੱਲੀਆ ਢੋਲ ਮਾਲ ਖੱਪ ਪਏ ਪੰਪ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪਤਾ ਲੱਗੂ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਅੜੇ ਬੱਲੀਆ ਇੱਕ ਟਰੈਕਟਰ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੋ ਟਰਾਲੀਆਂ ਪਈਆਂ ਬਈ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ ਉਹ ਦਿੱਲੀ ਮੂਹਰੇ ਲਾਈਆ ਬਈ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ ਮਾਮੇ ਮਾਸੜ ਭੂਆ ਫੁੱਫੜ ਨਾਲੇ ਚਾਚੀਆਂ ਤਾਈਆਂ ਬਈ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ 80 ਸਾਲਾਂ ਦੀ ਬੇਬੇ ਸਾਡੀ ਜਾਂਦੀ ਨਾਰੇ ਲਾਇਆ ਬਈ ਹੁਣ ਜਾਗੋ ਆਈਆ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਹੀ ਇਸ਼ਾਰਾ ਡੰਡਾ ਡੁੱਕ ਦੇਣਗੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਅਜੇ ਪੁੱਤ ਪੁੱਤ ਆ ਕੇ ਬਿਠਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਰਾਜਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੈਰੀਗੇਟ ਪਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਜੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੋਂ ਇਹ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਵਿਕ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ BBC ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਝੋਟੇ ਛਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ बड़ा भाई है बंदा बता दियो खतर ले
ताऊ और ताइया न धरना पर भाइया न फाजिलपुरिया की राम राम नाके लगाओगे नाके हटा देंगे तो बलियाओ चाहे हम नहीं मानांगे हक है किसान का खैरात नहीं ले लेंगे हक ते मजाक नहीं बटे हुआ न खारगे राखी से दिल्ली कर दो हिसाब बाकी बात नहीं
ਸ਼ਰਤੀਆਂ ਜਿਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਲਾਜ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਝ ਐਸੇ ਨੁਕਸੇ ਵੀ ਅਜਮਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਸਭ ਰਾਜਾਂ ਪਿੱਛੇ ਬੈਰੀਕੇਡ ਪਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਜੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੰਜਾਬੋਂ ਇਹ ਆਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਵਿਕ ਗਿਆ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਇੰਡੀਆ ਦਾ ਮੀਡੀਆ BBC ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਜੱਟ ਛਾਏ ਹੋਏ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਜੱਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਕੱਲੇ ਨਾਲ ਜਾਟ ਗੋਰੀਏ ਆ ਸੈਂਟਰ 'ਚ ਖੜੀ ਕੀਤੀ ਖਾਟ ਗੋਰੀਏ ਆ ਦੇਖ
ਦੇਖੀ ਚੱਲ ਦੇਖੀ ਉੱਡਦੀਆਂ ਫੱਕੀਆਂ ਇਨਕਲਾਬ ਦੀ ਹਜੇ ਆ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਗੋਰੀਏ ਔਰ ਟੰਗੀ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਜੱਟ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਖੰਗਣ
Okay. Mr. Sukhraj, maybe would you like to tell us a little bit about the lyrics?
Yes. It's a Punjabi song about the farmers' protest on the border of our capital city. So it's I have already told you, it has been running for last 5 months. So farmers are protesting there. It's the world's largest protest. About 1 million peoples, 1 million farmers are there, sitting for their rights. Our government is not. They are demanding 3 farmers laws. Government, union governments passed in the month of October. So they want that farmers laws cancelled. Our government is not cancelling. Government is playing in the hands of the ultra rich peoples. So they want to buy. So they want to buy all the crops of the farmer. Now other system is here. Mandi system is here, but they want in the rich people's hands all these produces. So that is the problem. So the farmers are protesting.
I noticed there are older people as well protesting.
Yeah, from children from 5 years child to 80 years or 90 years old persons. Every from child to old, women, children, everyone is young. Young is also there. Even not only farmers, as we are teachers, lawyers, every community of Indian farmers who are here are taking part in that protest.
I have a question. Do the protests ever turn violent? Are there clashes with the police or not?
No, not too much. In the beginning, there are some clashes. In the beginning, there are some clashes when they are going toward the border of our capital city. At that time, there are some clashes. Otherwise, they are sitting here there peacefully for last 5 months.
And do they block the roads or not?
Yeah, they block the main roads of our capital cities.
Because that's the same thing that is happening here. They block the roads, but the problem is that they don't let the food come from the fields to the main cities, and then people start attacking each other. Not necessarily government against civilians, everybody against everybody.
Okay. Actually, here people are sitting peacefully, very peacefully. In our community, actually, you don't know about Sikhs. I am Sikh. Our community always have a free kitchen. We provide food to everyone free of cost in the protest.
Nice.
So 1 million people are taking food every day in free. Everything is free there.
And who provides the
even,
food?
Clothes. Our community, we collect the money for the protest from our pockets and send there on the protest site. So everything is free there.
Nice, very interesting. I don't know if somebody has questions for Professor Sukhraj, for Mr. Sukhraj.
Yeah. Any question, students from Colombian side?
There's one in the chat.
If you have any questions,
Cesar is asking if the song was sung in Urdu language.
No, it's in Punjabi language.
All right, thank you, Samandeep. All right.
Miguel is asking if there was any police abuse. I think you said no, or at the beginning maybe clashes, but not.
One question more. Did sometimes the police attack? No, police not attacked in the beginning or on our 15th August, sorry, on 26th January, the police tracked the people. Otherwise, no.
All right. Okay. Good, good, good. Professor Daisy, should we go on with the groups or?
Yes, the thing is that we have, well, what do you suggest? Because we have, say, 4 people from India. And so maybe we can have, because I would like to have at least 1 person per group from India.
From India, then with the teacher, 5.
With the teachers, 5, yes. Yes, no, 4, it's 5 people. Wait, let me see again. 3. No, I think it's 4 with
Yeah,
Mr.
Bianca,
Sukhraj.
Samandeep, Jashanjat.
Komaldeep, Jashanjot, Suman, and Ganga.
Yes, 3. So we have 4.
4 people. So maybe 4 groups, and each of us again we go to. So let me. So Mr. Sukhraj, the idea is that we would make groups now, so that we can discuss.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be easier maybe to discuss. You can talk about India or Colombia. You can talk about the protest. Feel free to ask questions, different types of questions, and always try to support each other with the chat, because sometimes it's difficult because of the signal, or because of the accents. It's difficult to understand. But feel free to communicate freely. Okay, the idea is that you can ask each other questions.
And should we limit it to say 5-10 minutes?
Oh, yes, maybe 10 minutes.
10 minutes. And then the idea is, I think that one of the main aims or objectives of this meeting from Colombian students and Indian students is, of course, to focus on the positive experiences. We have a fantastic example that we would like to ask you guys about, which is the Pacific movements, the Pacific revolutions that you guys have led in your country, whether it be these farmers' protests this year, or even back in history with Gandhi or any other political figures or religious figures that you have had as an example for other countries to follow. And so that's one thing: Pacific protests, Pacific movements, and to focus not on the negative parts and to say that everything is the government. No. But to focus on the resilience that we have within ourselves and to keep hope alive. So it's like, how can we exchange from our experiences here in Colombia and there in India to keep hope? All right.
Okay.
So guys, we're gonna go to the groups.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have only 10 minutes, and then we're gonna be visiting different groups. All right.
Okay.
So we will need the monitors and Michael, Sophie, Duvan, Carlos, and Leonel, and Melissa to visit different groups, right?
Yes, I think they can go from different groups, I suppose, but I'm trying to get them in different groups so that. Okay.
Good, good, good. So we'll have 10 minutes to discuss within the groups. And remember to use the chat whenever there's a word that you don't understand that much. And you can send each other links or whatever you want. And after we finish, we will come back to the big session to share our conclusions. All right? So we can finish on time because it's getting late in India.
Yes.
No.
It's 8:15, right? I suppose.
Yeah, 8:15.
Time for dinner.
Yeah.
Or prayers.
Yeah.
Just give me 1 more second. I am almost ready. Okay.
I have a question for Professor Sukhraj. I have sometimes a little problem with my students here who don't want to turn on their camera. Do you have the same problem in India?
Sometime.
Yeah. Okay, so in these little groups, guys, if you can activate your cameras, please do. At least in the groups.
Please do.
So that you can make the communication a little bit more human.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna give extra points to the students who have their camera on, like Duvan, Miguel, Carlos, Mariana, Sophie, Carolina, Michael, and so on.
Happy faces for those. All right.
So you put your cameras, all of you. Yeah, very good.
Okay, so I'm gonna take you to the groups now. I think you can choose, you can go from different groups, especially the monitors or teachers. Okay, ready? I'll see you back in about 7 minutes.
Okay.
I think you have to join, you have to click on join the group or something. There must be something in the, yes, Daniel? Sukhraj, do you have something like on the up corner? There's something like join meeting or join, something like join room?
Ready. I visited one, but there were 3 leaders, so I.
Okay.
Virpal is here.
Virpal is number 1. Okay. And they were discussing, they started discussing?
They were just starting, yeah. They had Ganga in the group. I don't know if you wanna stop or pause the recording. And I don't know if it's possible to pause and then continue.
Ahí les da 50 segundos para que vuelvan. Mientras terminan de hablar.
You're recording already, right?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, teacher.
Good to see you finally. Okay. Good, guys. Very good, very good. So we're gonna share the conclusions of your little meeting in the groups. Any conclusions for us?
Yeah, it's very interesting. So it's a very good experience for me. Students, please tell your experiences, share your experiences. We will have I think we have another meeting in next week.
We should do it. If you want to, we can do it.
Okay, next week we will take. I will ask my students. I will ask my students, so they will prepare about India. Okay.
So they are very excited today. Yes, we can do it again next week. I don't mind.
Okay. Next week, please ask your students about their experiences.
Please, who would like to say something? Mariana, please go ahead.
Okay, our classmate from India couldn't hear us, but we write on the chat.
Okay.
We thought about the things that are famous in Colombia and the things famous in India. I think told us that the festivals are really good, cute, and colorful. And also want to try Colombian food.
Nice.
And you should try Indian food too.
Any question about India? Mariana, any question about India?
I was going to ask if all of the festivals are relation with the religion, or are all of the festivals are with the religion, or are like individual. I don't know how to say that.
Asha, she is asking about festivals. Okay, actually India is a very large country, you know, so there are so many ethnic groups live in India, so many religions, you know, 4 major religions of the world have origin in India: Hindus, Sikhs, Jainism and Buddhism. Okay, so they are all their own festivals. So every day here in India is some festivals, but in India major festivals are like Diwali. It's called the light of festival of lights.
Diwali.
So festival of lights. People let their houses lights with so many lights or earthen lamps. Or another are Christmas, Eid. You know about Muslims. So Muslim have the main Eid, as we have Diwali, Hindus and Sikhs, and Muslims have Eid. And Christian, you know, you are, I think, Christian. Uh, you know about your festival. In India, we also celebrate. We have some 4% population of Christians in India. So we are also 4%, Sikhs also. So Sikhs have Lohri and Vaisakhi. So these are our main. One is Holi. On Holi, the people sprinkle colors on each other.
I
So it's
guess
a
the
very
color.
colorful festival. Yeah, yeah. It's a colorful, very colorful festivals. So we enjoy it.
We celebrate it here too. The Indian embassy
Okay.
celebrates it every year, and many people come, but before the pandemic.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. So what? Yeah. Any other question?
And Sukhraj, excuse me, and these celebrations are always connected to religion, or some of them are not?
No, 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 no. People take part in each other's festivals.
Okay. So there are different kinds. I wanted to tell you, Mr. Sukhraj, that Mariana is wearing a ruana. It's a very traditional type of clothes. She is made of sheep wool. It's very thick.
Really
Very
raw wool.
very traditional. Okay.
All right. Any other conclusion, guys, from your groups?
Yes, sure.
Yes, Michael.
I'm talking with Samandip, and she said my name is too difficult to say. And yes, I think that her name are difficult, and and we are talking about our cultures and our weather, and she said too the weather in Punjab are so different from here. It's very hot, and here is rainy and cold at this hour. The conclusion, and I say her that I like your music. And in your music, it's so rhythmic and so happy for us, because here it's
You have many things in common.
yes. And she said like us, like our country, they have many cultures and many yes, many cultures, like here. When you visit other parts of the country, we can uh, be different in our country. If you stay in Bogota or in Cali, we are very different. And like in India, say Samandip are very different here.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's
Thank
all.
you, Michael. Thank you.
Thank you for all.
Mr. Michael. Michael.
Yes.
Garcia is your family name. Garcia.
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 Yes.
Okay.
There are some Garcias in India too, especially in Goa.
Yeah, in Goa.
Really?
Actually, Goa side and Karnataka, there are Christian populations, so they have the same type of name as you. And Muslims have their own names, and Sikhs have on. Sometimes it's
yes, sorry, and my last name is so common because it's the most common Spanish.
Okay, it's Spanish.
Yes, Spanish.
And we had a question in the chat. Dancil had a question in the chat, which was, how many languages do you speak daily in your community?
Language. Yeah, actually in India, more than 200 languages are spoken. And in Indian schools, 3 languages are we teach our students. One is their mother tongue, as in Punjab, we teach Punjabi. And second one is our national language, you know, Hindi.
Hindi.
And third one is English.
Hindi, English, and the local language.
And local language.
Yeah.
We teach.
Wow.
All right.
And what about your country?
Spanish.
About language?
Spanish mainly. English is taught at schools. Okay. Sometimes also French at schools, but the one that is recognized by the government is only English for bilingualism law. And we have indigenous languages too, but they're not as spread as of course the national language, which is Spanish.
Okay. Actually, we have 3 language formula in India.
And we are asking about the most famous cities in India and Colombia.
In India?
In India?
So many.
In India, as we say about tourist places, then Taj Mahal in Agra. Yeah. In our capital city, Lotus Flower Temple, and you know, the Red Fort, and so many other places in our capital city. You can visit for 2 days in only in our capital cities. There are so many historical places. And in Agra, you know about Taj Mahal. It's a wonder of the seventh wonder of the world. And in Goa, you know, the beaches. In Madras, 2 beaches. In Bombay, our film city, our movie city.
Yeah.
You know, India is producing the largest movies in the world. About 1,000 movies are produced every year in Bombay. In these days, Bombay name is changed to Mumbai. So these are the famous cities as Calcutta and Delhi, Chennai. These are main famous cities in India. And in my state, Shri Amritsar Sahib, where is the Golden Temple is situated. Golden Temple. It's a temple, the center of the Sikh religion, main center of the Sikh religion. The temple is all made with the gold. That's called as Golden Temple. If you visit anytime in India, you must visit Amritsar Sahib. It's a very beautiful city.
Take notes.
On the border of the Pakistan.
Professor Elena has been there many times.
Not so many.
Well,
Only
a few times. Only 4 times.
Okay.
India.
Which city have you visited? I think
many cities.
Goa.
Many cities. Bangalore, Goa, Madras, Chennai, Puttaparthi for my ashram, Delhi, Lucknow, Rishikesh, which I love. So many.
Okay.
But I need more visits.
From north to south. You have visited from north to south. Okay.
But I need more visits. Everybody should go to India once in their life. If you survive India, you can survive any country.
I welcome you. Next time, you will be my host. I welcome you.
Thank you. Okay, thank you guys so much for participating. I think it's time, right?
Yeah, I think that's fine because it's late in India. So.
Yes.
Thank you so much as well. Thank you for attending this invitation, for your beautiful attitudes and being here with us. Maybe we can do it again next week if it's possible for you, and the students again are welcome. So maybe we can have more questions and a little bit more free speech.
Please ask your students, are they ready for next week?
Okay.
They want to.
Who would like to join next week? Please raise your hand. Okay.
Raise your hand.
Oh, very popular. Yes.
So technological.
Okay. So we'll prepare for the next week.
We'll do this next week, but I just wanted to conclude briefly that we can see how even when we are in different countries and so far away, we are so similar and we share so many things, same concerns, and we have so many things to learn from India in terms of peaceful demonstrations, peaceful protests. They are also raising their voice in a peaceful way, and there is hope. And we are going through this together. It's not only a specific country, but the whole world is suffering different things. So there is a lot of hope. And I don't know, Elena, would you like to say something, or Mr.
Yeah, probably what we can do is we can focus our next meeting on those topics. Like have the students do a little bit more research at their end and at ours on our involvement with what is happening in our countries, because we are political beings, we are religious beings, we are very important part of society, but we have to have a stand on what is happening. So by interchanging ideas, exchanging ideas with the other students, we can think of possible solutions on how to do things right, and apart from that, how to keep ourselves hopeful, because students are suffering from anxiety and depression, and that's exactly what we need to prevent. So by listening to other people who have gone through similar situations, because we Indians and Colombians are very, very similar, we have very similar problems. I think by exchanging ideas, we can build something together.
Yeah, I agree.
Maybe actually, Daisy, maybe we can think of a community to share, because there are so many questions that the students have for each other, and we only have 3 students today, but in other activities that we have had with the professor, there are so many questions. Remember last time?
Yeah.
So I don't know if we can probably get I don't know, WhatsApp, I don't think, but maybe like a Facebook group together for the people who are interested in cultural exchanges or something, so we can send links about our music, their music, our culture, theirs, if you think it's a good idea.
I agree. We can make a WhatsApp group too.
Because we work on WhatsApp, so it's just so many messages all the time and so many negative news. But at least Facebook, it's associated to more positive things, like students. But we can discuss.
Yeah, we can do it.
Actually, in India, our students mostly use WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Not Facebook.
Okay.
Okay, in that case, well, we could. Okay, thank you so much. So we'll see each other next week.
Next week we will give more time to our students in groups.
Okay.
So they can share their views. So they can share their views with each other. So
all right.
I think more than 15 minutes for them in the.
That's okay. They keep talking in the chat. I love it. Thank you so much. All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Sukhraj. It's a pleasure to have you here. And
thank you
for your students as well. Thank you again, everyone. And I hope you have a good rest of the week, rest of the day, and holiday.
Thank you for your blessing. And have a nice day for you. So thank you. Bye-bye, students.
Bye. All right. For the Colombian students, remember to sign the attendance, please.
Oh, yes. Attendance.
It's in the chat.
Bye.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Teacher, bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Bye, Mariana.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, Miguel. Thank you, guys.
Bye, thank you.
I do, Van.
Hi, teacher.
Mandy.
Hi, Kumaldeep. Bye, Sumandeep. Thank you to see you.
Bye,
everyone.